Grandia HD Collection is a compilation of two Grandia games that have been updated to feature widescreen support. Game Arts and Cited Games developed this collection. It may be nice for newcomers to be able to play these games, but there is not much here for people who have already played them. It does not have any of the other games in the Grandia franchise. The games not on this collection are Grandia 3, Grandia Extreme, Grandia Parallel Trippers, and Grandia Digital Museum. It would have been interesting if Game Arts released a collection similar to Konami's Metal Gear Solid Legacy collection with lots of unlockables, and even an official English port of the Japanese exclusive Grandia Parallel Trippers for Game Boy Color. This is the Metal Gear Solid Legacy collection. It goes for about $30 on eBay. Let's see what it gives us.
Konami.
That was very interesting. Now, let's see what the Grandia HD collection gives us for $10 more.
You're watching Canada Plus, your source for all Canadian entertainment.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Which Canadian program would you like to watch? Terrence and Phillip, The Creep Sisters. Terrence and Phillip, The Creep Sisters. Terrence and... The Creep Sisters.
One thing that I found interesting was that the Sega Saturn version's code was not used for the first game for this HD re-release. Instead, the development team used the PlayStation version's code due to the Sega Saturn being difficult to program for. However, the team in charge of the HD re-release did use the Saturn version as a reference point.
One thing we learned prior to speaking with him is that the remaster of Grandia 1 is being developed using the PlayStation 1 programming code as opposed to the Sega Saturn code. As I mentioned earlier, Grandia was originally released on the Saturn, and it's well known that the PlayStation 1 version has a few deficiencies. Examples include a lower frame rate and some missing effects, like certain areas missing 2D backgrounds. I inquired as to why the PlayStation code was being used as opposed to the Sega Saturn code. I even asked, had the Sega Saturn code been lost? The decision to use the PlayStation code stems from the complexity of the Sega Saturn hardware. The Sega Saturn was not an easy system to program for. To get the most out of the hardware meant writing code that specifically utilized the system's two Hitachi processors and also the dual video display processors. Gung-Ho's Minagawa told us that utilizing the code written for the Saturn would have been very difficult and that it made more sense to use the PlayStation version as a starting point. However, the development team at Cited Games who are making the HD collection are still using the Sega Saturn version as a reference point. Gung-Ho made the following statement to the website RPG Site regarding this manner. This is what they told them. We want to be clear, the Grandia HD collection are not ports of the original PlayStation games. They are remasters. We are using the original PlayStation code of Grandia, but working with the Sega Saturn version to craft the definitive version of this beloved RPG. The team is primarily using the Saturn version as a reference point, working to match details and effects from that version of the game.
The innovative battle system for these games that ties it together is what steals the show. At the beginning of each fight, you and however many friends and enemies are on screen take up a marker on a line that appears on the hub's bottom right. The more time that goes by, the closer each character's marker slides to the right side where the words action are displayed. When it is your character's turn to act, you have a choice between two types of attacks: magic, items, blocking, and the option to run. Each character can upgrade their personal stats with the help of special points gained throughout the battle. This was an interesting way to give you a choice as to who you should upgrade first. Rather than everyone getting an equal amount of experience after you win a fight, you can pick favorites and give all your special points to your best character and upgrade them faster. Everyone still earns the same amount of experience after each battle, but your collected points give you enough to choose whose special abilities you want to upgrade first. Also, this collection didn't bother to include a New Game Plus. It doesn't hurt the game that much, but given that these games have been out for decades, the ability to replay them from the start with all your upgraded characters would have been a nice little bonus. While it is admirable that these old games have been brought to modern consoles so that more people can play them, the $40 asking price for 2 ROMs with no added features makes this a difficult recommendation. I advise picking them up at sale price. In games like Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection for PlayStation 3 and even Sonic Mega Collection Plus for PlayStation 2, there are many things that you can unlock, which range from interviews with developers to artwork and more. Sonic Mega Collection Plus's extras are comic books, character bios, art, and a digital manual. And Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection contains interviews with the devs. My favorite game in the series, Grandia Extreme, which was released all the way back in 2002, has not been re-released except for on the Japanese PlayStation Network back in 2014. Maybe someday we will get a more extensive collection featuring all the games that I mentioned. I can only hope so.